Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, John Caldwell, JBG Travels here. Just wondering where you at, hoping to talk to you. We'll catch you later. Peace. Welcome to the beautiful state of Idaho, everybody. The sun is just right, ain't it? Last time we came through here, the sun was a little bit gloomy and dark. Today is extremely bright and clear. Smelterville. One gorgeous day in Smelterville, Idaho. Temperature right now is 16 degrees. Coming up to Kellogg.
John.
Hey, John.
How are you?
I'm good. You're on YouTube, by the way.
That's okay. I'm good.
So, hey, everybody. John to be good here. Welcome, John Caldwell. John, where are you at?
Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Boy, that's a lot of history over there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I live right on the battlefield.
Really? So you get to watch the reenactment that they do?
My dad's more into it than I am.
Have you ever participated?
I did. I was actually in the movie Gettysburg.
Are you serious? Wow, that's pretty cool.
As an extra.
Well, now, can we see your beautiful face, or you're just one of the many in the crowd?
You probably won't be able to see my face. It was a dark scene where horses, came from the outside into a tree line.
Okay.
But I will tell you this: I did get Martin Sheen bucked off of his horse.
Really? Yeah, he looks pretty cool. I mean, he's probably a cool guy.
Yeah, well, it was a weird situation. We actually have news reporters here at our house right now. They're interviewing my dad. He's a World War II veteran. So I'm trying to keep my voice low. But,
okay.
Yeah, but during the movie filming there, it was kind of interesting. I was a water boy. I was watering the horses.
Yeah.
And the horses came down in through and came into the tree line. And they cued me to start watering horses, and I stepped on a dry leaf, and it spooked the horse, and it flipped Martin Sheen off of his horse. It was not a pleasant day, but time moves on.
Oh, well, I guess you had a long-lasting impression with the guy then.
My father has a lot more let me get out of here. John, I needed to move outside because they're filming inside the house right now, so I had to move outside real quick. That's why we could stop first. Yeah, it was that was a fun time back then. I would, a lot of us extras in that movie had to walk around with almost bare feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, how's it going with you, and where you at? I see you were in Washington.
Yeah, I'm right now in. By the time you're watching this, you'll be watching and listening to our conversation in Kellogg, Idaho.
Oh, great! So you're on your way back.
Yep. I'm actually driving back towards Elkhorn, Wisconsin.
That's great. It's so nice to see that you have gone, from the southwest and then taken a trip up to the northwest.
Yeah. It's just, I love it up here. The only thing I just don't like is I'm always so intimidated with the snow chain law, and I've never really been properly trained, don't have the right equipment for it, and you know, I've got the chains, but the chain is all in big one lump box where, you know, chains got hooks in them, so it's just, you know, you pull one out, you pull the whole thing out, you know, and they only give you 30 minutes to chain up on the side of the road. Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm sure there's places set aside for that, but if you're not there, then you have to go by the 30-minute chain up rule.
Yeah, I don't know whether they enforce that or not. I've never had the pleasure of, you know, chaining up, but one of the things that you need as far as the equipment goes is, of course, you need your chain and the proper chain for your tire size. Then you need the tool, and you need a whole lot of bungee cords. Well, I don't have the bungee cord, and the chain that I picked up are pretty used, and some of them are mangled, so they're basically there for show, you know, because you are required to bring them. But our company has always said if it's bad enough to chain up, chain it to the nearest post, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
So, John, what is it that you do for a living? I mean, is there something you want to share on YouTube about you and your family? The floor is yours.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, Johnny. Be good. You know, I've been a driver all my life. Actually, I'm into Corvettes and Camaros and motorcycles and that sort of thing. My latest job is driving for a private individual who is a double amputee, no legs. And before that, I've been a painter for 25 years, and kind of leaning towards becoming a truck driver. You know, I got recruiters calling me every day, and on the 5th, I have a recruiter calling me from a various company. I don't want to name them. And I'm kind of just, that's what I do. You know, I'm helping out my dad. He's 91 years old. He's a World War II veteran. And I help this lady out and drive her where she needs to go, and that's kind of what I do right now. So I don't know what else you want to know.
No, you said painter. What kind of paint? Yeah, painting houses?
Yeah, industrial, and, residential, pretty much anything. You know, I've always been with good companies. The best company I worked for, it was the first company that I worked for. I started there in 1989, and I worked till 2002 with that company. And my boss, well, I don't want to give out too much information, but he was a sprint car owner of a sprint car race car team. And he was at our racetrack one day, and he had a heart attack and died. And, you know, so I moved on, you know, it's all good. I moved on. And I just, you know, I do painting. That's what I do. So.
John, how old are you?
I'm 49, Johnny be good.
49. Still a young buck then.
What's that?
I said you're still a young buck. You still got a lot of miles to cover yet.
Yeah. Well, yes, I am. And yes, I have a lot of miles to cover yet. I have traveled a lot of miles before my 49th birthday. I've been all over the world, or not the world, all over the United States. You know, when I was 17, when I was 16, I got my license the first time. And heck, I drove from Dallas to San Diego and up to wine country and that sort of thing, and back through Las Vegas and over to Philadelphia and down to Florida and back to Texas, where I lived at the time. And it's just, you know, it's always been a driving thing and a traveling thing for me. And anytime my mom and dad ever went anywhere, I always you know, rode along with them.
So if it's got wheels, you're driving it.
Pardon me?
I said if it's got wheels, you're driving it.
Well, sometimes, you know, sometimes. Right now I drive a Volvo, an older Volvo, but it's a newer older. It's the last of the Volvo 240s, and I can't seem to keep tires on it.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they're good tires, I don't know why, but every time I go somewhere, it seems like a tire goes flat.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said before, I had Z28s and Corvettes and motorcycles, never had a problem. And I bought the Volvo for dependability. Now, here, every time I turn around, like today, I have a flat tire.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well.
So John, you're looking into working as a truck driver. You want to be over the road?
Yes. Yes, anything.
Now, have you have your Class A license yet, or?
No, but pardon me, John?
I mean, are you a commercial driver's license right now? I mean,
No, I do not have a CDL now, but I have recruiters calling me all the time. I have a recruiter from, I got three or four of them calling me. But I got one calling me on the 5th. That's the first one that's going to call me. You know, basically, I think what I'm going to have to do is go ahead and just go with the company paid training to get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of friends that drive trucks and that sort of thing. You know, I just need to move on to something that is, you know, going to give me a little more stability than what I have now.
Now, what is your first motive or reason for being want to be a truck driver? I mean,
I want stability in employment, and I want to be an asset to a company. You know, I want to have some company that will appreciate what I do and what I can offer them. Not only what they can offer me, but what I can offer them.
Yeah.
You know, being a house painter and an industrial painter, that kind of job, they lay off every year.
Sure.
You know, and I might have, hopefully I didn't wait too long, but, you know, I certainly want to be an asset to a company that will appreciate what I do for them. You know, I can do it.
Yeah, I don't think there's an age limit to truck driving. I mean, there's a lot of truck drivers out here that are considered old geezers, and they're still driving trucks. So
yeah, I know.
I don't think it's ever too late to start, anyway. But
yeah, well, you know, for me, I feel like I might have waited too long, and you know, and from what I hear from like what you're telling me now, and obviously some other people. It's probably not too long. I haven't waited too long. I just want to get out there and do it. I want the company to push me into doing it. You know, I think I work a lot better under pressure. I just want to get it done and get started and get some miles and some time.
yeah. Well, you know, you're not going to make any money in the first year.
Yeah, that's all good. I understand all that stuff. I've done tons of research and that sort of thing. And my goodness, you know, to pass the written test will be real easy. I'm just having a little struggle with the actual in-cab air brakes and the, you know, that sort of thing. But I study more on the knowledge test. You know, I need to get more study on in-cab, air brake, and the walk-around, you know, pre-trip.
Now you're looking at to go doing getting your CDL through a truck driving school, right? You're not planning to do this on your own, are you?
No, I don't want to be an OO. I just, I have no other choice right now. I'm unemployed.
Well, what I'm saying is, I don't think a lot of there are truck drivers out there that study their own, get their CDL, and kind of self-taught or whatever. But I think I have this impression that a lot of trucking companies now, they want you to have the certificate of college, community college or truck driving school kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot of them do. They want drivers that are fresh out of driving school. I'm not in that position. The position I'm in is just to, go to, a company-paid training program.
I see. Yeah.
I really can't weigh the options of whether it's good or bad. Where I'm at right now, I think that's the best way for me to go. I don't really have $4,500, $5,500 to go to school. And where I live in Pennsylvania, there are schools that do provide training like that,
Well, don't they? When I went to truck driving school, I had to take a student loan, a grant, and eventually, the company that I worked for paid it off, or paid some of it.
John, I have been investigating grants. At the WIA, I guess it is. And I can't wait. It's not something that I can really do to, do for the whole year, the whole 2015.
Yeah.
This is something I want to have this done soon. I've done everything. I've worked everywhere. I've done a lot of things, mainly painting. And I am a good driver. I'm a safe driver. And I know pretty much the laws of the road and all that sort of thing. I'm 50. My dad's 91. My cats are 15 years old. It's going to come a time where I need to make a change. And this will do. So.
Well, in your neck of the woods, you're not going to run out of companies to work for. That whole area right there is just a busy lane for trucking companies.
No, you're right, John. And we have terminals in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I'm not too sure about where the training is. Some companies say they'll send you somewhere and they'll pay for your transportation and do all that blah blah blah. And I know I'm going to need $1,000, just in my pocket to keep food and do all that sort of thing. And make sure that I make it through training. But there's companies that I want to ultimately end up driving for. And I can't do that until I get my initial training. And that's what that's what I want to do now. I want to get that done. And if I have to drive for a company for a year, or 9 months, or 6 months, that's what I'm going to have to do. Right? I don't know how you started out. It might have been different 20 years ago.
Yeah, it sure was. Sure was. Now, these companies that you've been looking at, these recruiters, do you have a time frame to when you'll be calling them back?
They're calling on the 5th.
On the 5th, okay.
One recruiter told me that he is going to call me on the 5th. And I have another 2 more emails from 2 other companies that are waiting for my response. And I've done research on those 2 companies. you know, I'm going to wait for the 5th. I'm going to wait for the 5th.
Yeah.
And I got to apologize. I'm outside on my porch right now, and it's freezing up here.
Yeah. Last question, John. These company that you're waiting for, are they in your neck of the woods, or are they across the country, or where are they at?
You know, if I run in the house, I can let you know. But one is Central Refrigerated.
Central, I think they're out of Salt Lake.
Yes, they are. And I don't know why something's telling me. I think they're Swift Refrigerated, or some a combination of two companies.
Yeah.
I don't want to run back to the house right now because my dad's getting an interview from the local newspaper.
All right. By the way, John, your dad's interview, is that through a news or A&E, or where can we watch that interview?
Oh, wait a minute, John. What are you asking me?
The interview of your dad, is that going to be on TV or a movie, or?
Hold on, I'll find out. Move, cats. Hold on a minute, John. If you got a minute.
All right.
Darn it. John, they're right in the middle of filming right now. I can't do anything.
All right. So, yeah, okay, we'll cut it from here, and then...
Hold on a minute. They may not mind. No. You guys mind doing a little interview on YouTube? Yeah, on YouTube. Who are you and who are you interviewing Dad for? Are you Gettysburg Times, or are you New York Post? A filmmaker from Los Angeles. What the?
Yeah, Bobby's family, my family are best friends. Bobby's sister's goddaughter. And
Would you mind saying something to a friend of mine? Just let this nice man know who you are and who you're filming my dad for. He's a friend of mine on YouTube. He's a truck driver.
Is this a hangout? Hello?
Hello, my name is Johnny Be Good.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your name.
I said my name is John.
Hi, John. I'm Serena. How are you?
I'm good. By the way, this conversation is being recorded, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay. So, John and I are curious to where could we see this interview or this film that you guys are doing about his dad?
Well, I'm actually going to post it for everybody to see on the internet. So, yeah, we're going to edit it down and we're going to post it, hopefully fairly soon, hopefully by the end of January.
All right, how could we find it? I mean, what would be the title?
If I can get your contact information, I'll email you guys and give you the link and everything.
Yeah, it's JBG Travels on YouTube.
Okay, sorry, hang on a minute. I can get it from John, right? I'll get it from John.
Yeah.
And, no, I actually have been going around the country and filming veterans, and I'm doing a full-length documentary on a Marine who's based down in San Diego. And if you can Google me, you'll find out more about me. If you go to thecataniagroup.com, it's CATANIA, you can the documentary that I'm doing on Keontae's story, who's a Marine who lost a leg in Afghanistan.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and I'm working on that one. And there's also a video up on what we do at Furnishing Hope, which is about a foundation that puts furniture into veterans who are returning who have been wounded and who have no furniture in their apartments. So we do that, and I just volunteer a lot of my time for Veterans Group. I'm involved with the LA Veterans Cooperative and helping some charities. But my father was a veteran of 3 wars.
Wow.
He landed in Big Red on first wave with the 5th Engineer Brigade on Omaha Beach.
Wow, that's a lot of history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time to talking to us.
Oh, no problem. He was in the Chosin Reservoir, and he walked for 3 days with a bullet in his neck.
Oh, boy.
And a broken collarbone to try to get some of the men out. And then he went back to Vietnam.
Did he ever landed in the Philippines?
Pardon me?
Was he ever in the Philippines?
No, he never served on that front. No, just World War II through the whole European. He went through Battle of the Bulge and the River Aral and all that, the European campaign, and then he was in Chosin in Korea, and then in Vietnam he was a military advisor. So I'm an Army brat.
Oh, I see. Well, the reason I mentioned Philippines...
I know, and here I am interviewing an amazing Marine.
Yeah. The reason I asked about the Philippines is I am from the Philippines, and you know there were 2 U.S. bases in the Philippines. So
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
But so one of my goals is to record interviews with as many men and women as I can, so we can document what they've done for our country.
Yes, and I thank you for that. That's really nice. It's a beautiful work that you do for our veterans. They
certainly deserve it.
They do. Okay, thank you very much.
It was nice to meet you, and thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you. A Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. God bless.
Okay.
How about that?
That's pretty cool.
It's all good. Yeah, well, they're here, you know.
Well, John, don't want to take too long, but by the time you watch this video, it's probably going to end up with 2 segments. But you'll be watching the beautiful state of Idaho, and I'm sure you would love it. So, thank you for the interview, and thank you for talking with us.
Yeah, sure. You know, anytime you're near Frederick or Gettysburg, pick me up. I'll go for a ride with you.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, it's all good. This lady is really nice, you know. They're dealing with playtimes and all that kind of stuff. And my goodness, our house was like flooded with news vans. So, but yeah, call me anytime or send me an email.
All right, hey John. By the way, if they forget one of those beautiful, expensive cameras over there, you know where to send it.
Well, I'm looking at one right now.
I bet they got some beautiful equipment over there, right?
Oh, it's all propped up. I don't know, tripod. No, I don't even know what that is. It might be a 4-pod.
All right, John, thank you, and advance Happy New Year to you.
If you see any more snow, drive slow, and Happy New Year to you and your family.
All right, say goodbye to YouTube.
Yep, bye. Bye, YouTube.
Later. Well, that was very nice. I actually got to talk to a filmmaker. So, yeah, check it out, man. Catania something. I'm sure you guys can get it. All right, so wow, look at this. I got so excited about the conversation, I almost forgot where I was. Silly Johnny Good. What a beautiful, gorgeous day.